Now available for the first time in paperback. Why 70% of black women are single. Learn all the reasons why so many black women can't find a husband and why 70% of black women are single. Get your copy of Why 70% of Black Women Are Single on Amazon.com today.
Many black men say that they don't want to get involved in relationships with black women because they say that they're too masculine. Now, what is a masculine female as proposed by black men? A masculine female is a woman who has been born female who expresses extremely negative masculine traits. And these masculine traits are considered to be being extremely aggressive, extremely verbally abusive, and extremely physical towards a man. Now, this masculine female, as some black men propose, has a foundation in slavery, and it also has a foundation in the feminist movement. Now, this masculine female was a creation of white supremacy in order to minimize the femininity of black women because the white supremacists wanted to elevate the white woman as the ultimate standard of beauty here in America. And they wanted everyone following behind the white female as that ultimate standard of beauty. So, in order to make that white female the ultimate standard of beauty, they went out here and masculinized the black woman and did this so that most people would not see her as attractive. And this would be also another way to dehumanize her. And part of dehumanizing the American black woman was promoting the idea that she was extremely masculine in stereotype caricatures like the Sapphire. Now, the Sapphire caricature was designed to try to make the black woman appear to be extremely unattractive by saying that she was loud, controlling, domineering, and downright hostile, and expressed contempt for black men. Now, this Sapphire caricature was pushed in most white media in the days of the antebellum South and was pushed in media all throughout the whole period of slavery and even during Jim Crow. And this media found its way pushing in even modern media in characters like your Aunt Esther from Sanford and Son and characters like your Pam in the 1990s sitcom Martin. So this Sapphire caricature was an effort to try to make the black woman appear to be less attractive than your biracial or your white females, and it was a design to keep black men from seeing the beauty of the black woman, and it was also designed to make the black female think that this type of behavior was acceptable and attractive to black men, but this was a stereotype meant to demonize the black woman and dehumanize the black woman. Now, many black women who came up before the feminist movement knew all about the Sapphire caricature, so that's why you didn't see so many black women going out here and adopting these masculine behaviors. Unfortunately, during the feminist movement, we had more and more black women becoming more and more part of this whole masculine type behavior because they went into this feminist movement coveting this white female's elevated position in society, not understanding that the white supremacist was behind the scenes looking to manipulate the black woman and the black woman's image. Now, many black women secretly aspire to be white women and aspire to be like white women. So they went into the feminist movement believing that if they went in and joined these feminists, they would be just like white women. Unfortunately, what they didn't understand was that many of these white females who were a part of the feminist movement were at the bottom of society, and many of these white females were lesbians or they were mentally ill. And the behaviors that these white women had, being extremely aggressive, extremely profane, and being extremely masculine, these were considered traits that were considered to be those of very unattractive women. But because these black women wanted to be like white women, they thought that this was going to be a positive. Moreover, they also thought that because they were getting accepted into white society, that this whole series of behaviors would be considered more acceptable. So they adopted these types of behaviors and thought that there was nothing wrong with these behaviors because the white man and the white woman were accepting them passively, but aggressively they were teaching them behaviors that would make them socially unattractive to black men. And as they were being taught these behaviors that made them socially unattractive to black men, we had a whole host of media being put out here to demonize the black man and make the black man the boogeyman towards the black woman. So we had a lot of media out here telling us that black men were criminals, black men were no good, black men were not good leaders, black men were incapable of caring for their families. But behind the scenes, we had economic emasculation going on, where the black man was not allowed to even enter the job market or compete effectively. So the black woman walking out here with this whole feminist mindset that she's adopted from lesbians and mentally ill women, she's thinking that this is a positive series of traits, not understanding that this is a repackaging of the Sapphire caricature, and it's designed to divide and conquer the black community and be an effort to take over the black economy. So your black woman, she's got these extremely traits that are considered negative and unattractive to men, and she's thinking that these traits are perfectly normal. And as she's having children out here, she's teaching this culture to her children, and the culture that's taught to her children in the single mother household is amplified because in that single mother household you have a woman who has been emotionally hurt, and this emotionally hurt woman, because she's extremely vulnerable, she just does not know how to nurture her sons and daughters, and comes at those children and approaches them with extreme aggression and anger. And because she approaches her sons and daughters with extreme aggression and anger, it really does damage to both the son and the daughter. Now, this aggression does extreme damage to the daughter because the daughter sees this model as the way for her to behave. Because when the daughter sees the mother being extremely aggressive towards men, she believes that this is the way she needs to treat men in order to have a successful relationship with a black man. Not understanding that she is on a paradigm of failure, because most healthy men are looking for a woman who will submit to their authority and somebody who will work with him as a helpmeet and support. So this woman is taken completely out of God's order, and instead of her being a helpmeet to the man, she is looking to be a competitor to the man. And because she has learned not to trust the man due to the demonized media and the culture, she has been taught by her mother that all men are no good due to the propaganda she has imbibed from one generation to the next. She learns not to respect a black man, respect black male leadership, respect black male authority, or regard anything a black man says as important, because in her eyes, a black man can't be trusted. And when you listen to these types of black women who are masculine, they all sound a lot like a white supremacist or a white racist, because they have been programmed to think that black men are monsters and they don't see a black man as a human being. And even worse, they don't really know how to work with each other, because when you have a single mother household with a masculine acting mother, she does not see the daughter as somebody who needs to be loved and nurtured. And because there is no father there to give her nurturing and teach her that she has love or value, she learns how to hate herself, because she's in an environment where the mother is competing against her, and the mother is competing against her because she is not getting her emotional needs met by the father. And when the mother is not getting her emotional needs met by the father to let her know that she is loved and she has value, what happens is that the mother starts seeing the daughter as an enemy, and the mother starts to attack the daughter, and the daughter learns aggression because that's her model for behavior, and that's what's presented to her by her mother. And because her mother presents her with lots of aggression, this is why the woman becomes extremely masculine appearing, because then instead of her looking to try to work with a man as a partner, she sees a man as either an enemy or a competitor. And because she sees the man as an enemy or a competitor, that makes it where it's next to impossible for her to have a relationship with a black man, because she sees herself as, one, superior to that man, and two, she sees that man as a threat to her whole ability to run the household, because she does not trust that man. And because she does not trust that man, it makes it next to impossible for a man to connect with her. It makes it impossible for a man to share with her. It makes it impossible for a man to bond with her, because she does not have any sort of trust for a man, because this has been taught to her, and she sees a man as an enemy and not an ally. And this is what really destroys a lot of young women in their best years, because they can't connect or bond with a man. And in some cases, a lot of them are just so aggressive that the man can't even think about being a leader, because she wants to anticipate him, she wants to figure out what he's doing, and she doesn't trust him to do what he needs to do. She doesn't believe he knows what to do, and that's all part of white supremacy's whole plan to separate the black man from the black woman. Now, this whole masculine traits also does damage to black boys, and it does damage to black boys, because when those black boys go live in a household with a single mother, or a mother who is in a household with a weak black father, what happens is those boys get a negative perception of black women. And because they have a negative perception of their mother and their experiences with their black mother or black females in the community, because of this masculinity and aggression, they stop seeing black women as sexually attractive. And because they stop seeing black women as sexually attractive, what happens is they don't see their own black women as people who they want to consider for dating, relationships, or marriage, and they don't see a black woman as a suitable woman to become their wife. So when you have a boy who grows up in either a single mother household or a household with an extremely aggressive woman and a submissive father, what happens is that boy becomes traumatized, and as he becomes traumatized, what happens is, instead of him seeing other young women who are black or as attractive, or women he would consider to be his girlfriend, no, he starts thinking about pursuing women of other races, like white women, Hispanic women, Asian women, and even Arab and Indian women, because those images have been presented to him by Madison Avenue and Hollywood to be considered to be soft and feminine, and images that are considered to be sexually attractive, because most men, they want a soft and feminine woman, and they can't see that from most of your black women who have been demonized by white supremacy to be presented as hard and masculine. And again, this is being done by design by your white supremacist because he does not want to see black families come together, and he wants to see your black people at odds with each other because he profits from division and he profits from war. And having black men and black women not see each other as attractive or desirable benefits him, so he loves the idea of black women being seen as masculine because a masculine woman is not going to attract a black man to her. And when black men and black women are not attracted to each other, what happens is this leads to black people not getting married, black people not creating families, and that benefits white supremacy. So they go out here and socially engineered the idea of the masculine black woman, and this masculine black woman is not something that is natural, it is something that is manufactured. And sadly, because many black women want white acceptance, they will take on these masculine traits, not understanding that they're falling right into the white supremacist game. And the white supremacist, he's got you acting masculine and aggressive, and that is all by design to keep you from being considered to be sexually attractive to other black men, and to keep black men from seeing you as sexually attractive. So the black man, he will be so traumatized by his experiences with his mother that he will go out here and think that white females, Hispanic females, Asian females, Indian females, and Arab females are more attractive than black women. And he'll buy into that, not understanding that there's a white supremacist puppet master going out here pulling the strings in demonizing the black woman's image and doing this to keep the black man and the black woman from coming together and having a family. So a lot of these masculine women, they are people who don't really understand what's going on behind the scenes, and they don't understand that the white supremacist likes seeing masculine, aggressive black women. And this type of behavior is something that, again, is done by design and is done to undermine black families and designed to prevent black men from seeing black women as suitable mates. What they want you to do is see women of other races as mates, because once you dilute the black seed, then you have people who start thinking that they're other races, and they're not thinking that they're black. And that's all part of the plan as related to this masculine acting black woman and this effeminate black man. Both of them are socially engineered to undermine the black race. And the whole thing of the masculine black woman is she's aggressive, she's very hostile, but this masculine black woman is a series of traits that came from white supremacy, and it came from the whole concept of the Sapphire caricature, because the Sapphire caricature was designed to make the black woman appear to be less attractive so that the white female could be considered the pinnacle of beauty, because most of the white supremacists wanted everybody to see the white female as the definitive image of a woman. And in order to do that, they needed to make the black female appear to be masculine. So this masculine woman, in all of her foundations, again, is a product of white supremacy. So when you hear black men, they're getting emotional about the masculine woman, they get upset at the black woman, but they really need to get upset about the white supremacist who goes out here and demonizes the image of the black woman, because it's the white supremacist who pushes this anti-black woman agenda. And he does this because he does not want to see black on black love. And because he does not want to see black on black love, because black on black love means he cannot profit economically, he goes out here and tries to sow adversity between the black man and the black woman. And he goes out here and has black men out here thinking about masculine black women when the only way we can stop masculine black women is for us to have black love, because when you have black love and black men are loving black women start to see the value of their femininity, and they start to say that I need to be soft and feminine because that's attractive to a black man, and that this whole masculine idea, again, this is something that comes from white supremacy, white feminists. They don't want you to see a black woman as attractive. They don't want a black man to see a black woman as desirable. And they want her to have these masculine traits so that the white woman can benefit, because with these masculine black women, the black men then go over to the white, Hispanic, Asian, and Arab females, and they build with those females, and that takes resources out of the black community and allows those communities to get richer at black people's expense. And this is something that many black men aren't thinking about, because a lot of them are feeling about these women that they deal with in real life, these angry, aggressive, assertive, domineering women. But those domineering women come from feminism, they come from the alphabet community, and that's all again done by design. And I go into detail about how this is done, because in my book, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, because the ultimate goal is to keep black women single so that they won't build black families, and your white supremacists can get rich at the black people's expense and further annihilate black people genetically. Now, if you want to learn more about these masculine and aggressive black women and why they wind up single, you can pick up my book, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find it on Smashwords, the iBook Store, and Google Play. Now, this video will not be monetized, so I'm asking everybody to donate to the Cash App by clicking the link in the description box, or donating to the Patreon or PayPal. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess. The goddess next door takes on the threat of a deadly digital diva driven to destroy the world in this action-packed, all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess, featuring a bonus pin-up and the other 2 books in the Cyber Goddess saga at online bookstores everywhere today.